Have you ever noticed how easy it is to stay in one spot all day? You sit down to enjoy your morning coffee, and before you know it, the sun's gone down, and you haven't moved much beyond the kitchen and the couch. It sneaks up on us, doesn't it? And it's not because we're lazy. Life just becomes more still. The kids are grown, retirement rolls in, and the pace of things naturally slows down. But here's the thing. We weren't made to be still all day long. Our bodies were designed to move. Even the smallest movement, like tapping your foot or reaching for the remote, plays a bigger role in your health than you might think. Especially after 60, when our bodies start to change in ways we didn't ask for and didn't expect. You might feel like your energy fades faster, or the pounds creep up even though you're eating the same meals you always have. That stubborn belly fat doesn't budge, and your pants fit a little tighter around the waist. Maybe your doctor mentioned your metabolism slowing down, or maybe you just chalked it up to getting older. But what if I told you that you could begin reversing some of that without stepping foot in a gym or breaking a sweat? That's right. No fancy equipment. No intense workout videos. Just you, your regular day, and a simple shift in how you move through it. There's a word for this quiet secret to staying fit after 60. It's called NEAT. It stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but don't worry, we're not going to talk science. Think of NEAT as all the calories your body burns from everything you do that isn't formal exercise. Not walking on a treadmill, not lifting weights, just living, like walking to the mailbox, wiping the kitchen counter, playing with the dog. Even fidgeting in your chair burns calories. These little movements may not seem like much, but together they can make a huge difference. Not only in how you feel, but in how your body handles weight and aging. Before we had screens everywhere, televisions, phones, computers, we moved more naturally. We got up to answer the phone, walked to the store instead of ordering groceries online, spent hours in the garden, or hung laundry outside. Today, with everything at our fingertips, it's easy to go hours without moving more than a few steps. And the problem is, our bodies notice that lack of movement long before we do. We start to lose muscle mass as early as our 30s. By the time we reach our 60s, unless we've been actively doing something about it, our metabolism can be 20–30% slower. That means we're burning fewer calories, doing the same activities we did a decade or two ago. It's not just about food, although a balanced diet absolutely matters. It's about movement. And here's the kicker. Even when you're sitting still, your body is still burning some calories. But when you add just a little motion, like shifting your position, tapping your fingers, or standing up every now and then, that burn goes up. That's NEAT at work. Now, I'm not here to tell you to change your whole lifestyle overnight. You don't need to sign up for Zumba classes or power walk your neighborhood every morning unless you want to. What I'm here to share is something far more doable. Something that fits into your life exactly the way it is now. You can lose weight, feel more energized, and even improve your balance and heart health just by keeping your body in motion throughout the day in small, consistent ways. Let me ask you something. How many times a day do you get up just to get a glass of water? If it's not more than once or twice, maybe now is a good time to change that. Not only does staying hydrated help flush out toxins and boost your energy, but every trip to the kitchen counts as a NEAT activity. That short walk adds up. Same goes for anything you do with your hands. Knitting, folding laundry, sorting mail, brushing your cat, watering your plants. Each of these small activities keeps your body engaged, even if just a little. And those little bits of movement spread out over a day can burn up to 350 extra calories every single day. That's not a typo. If you were to do this consistently, That could mean up to 30 pounds lost in a year without a single push-up or burpee. Now let's be honest. 30 pounds sounds like a miracle, right? But it's not magic. It's just how the body works when you treat it like it was meant to be treated. In motion. Your metabolism loves movement. Your heart, your brain, even your joints, all of them benefit when you stay active, even in the tiniest ways. The best part? NEAT doesn't require willpower in the same way a strict diet or gym schedule does. You don't have to dread it. You don't have to pencil it in or buy expensive equipment. You just have to notice the moments when you could move and choose to move. If you're talking on the phone, stand up and walk slowly around the room. If you're watching TV, stretch your legs during commercials. Try doing some light tidying around the house between your favorite shows, rearranging a bookshelf, dusting the windowsills, or even refilling your bird feeder. These are all excellent NEAT activities that help your body burn calories while keeping your space comfortable. Sometimes we get so used to being still that we forget what it feels like to be gently active. And gentle is the key here. This isn't about pushing yourself until you're sore. It's about reclaiming motion, inviting movement back into your daily life one step at a time. Literally. And yes, some of us live with chronic pain or limited mobility. That's okay too. Even small hand movements, ankle rolls, or seated stretches count. NEAT isn't one size fits all. It adapts to what your body can do and improves what your body will be able to do over time. It's not about changing who you are. It's about respecting the body you've lived in for over 60 years and giving it what it needs to keep going strong. That means movement. Not just for your waistline, but for your heart, your energy, your clarity of mind. So the next time you reach for the remote or sit down with a book, ask yourself, could I be moving right now, even just a little? Maybe it's standing to read the mail or putting on some music and gently swaying to the beat. Maybe it's walking a few laps around the kitchen island before dinner. Whatever it is, you're not just burning calories, you're honoring your body's natural rhythm. You're saying, I'm still here, I still move, I still matter. And that message? That's where real strength begins. Now, once you start noticing these small opportunities to move, it's like your whole world opens up in a new way. You start seeing the little choices, not grand gestures, but gentle nudges that bring life back into your body. Instead of letting the day carry you, you begin to take small steps toward carrying the day yourself. Let me share something simple that makes a big difference. Try placing things just a little farther away. Not out of reach, just enough so you have to stand up or stretch to grab them. Maybe it's your water bottle, your reading glasses, the TV remote. Instead of keeping everything within arm's reach, scatter a few things around the room. Those extra steps, 5 here, 10 there, don't feel like exercise, but your body is counting every one of them. Your joints are thanking you, your heart is cheering, and your muscles are quietly coming back to life. We often forget that movement isn't just for the body. It lifts the spirit too. You don't need to run laps or climb mountains to feel that spark. Sometimes just sweeping the porch with the morning breeze or putting on your favorite song and swaying with the rhythm can shift your entire mood. Movement has a way of waking us up, not just physically, but emotionally. It brings us back to the present. It gives us a sense of control when so much around us feels uncertain. And here's something else to think about. When you move more, you also sleep better. Your body craves that natural rhythm of activity and rest. A quiet, steady kind of fatigue that builds over the day and gently guides you into a deeper sleep. It's not about exhaustion, it's about harmony. Your body works better when you're moving, digesting, breathing more fully. And when you sleep better, you heal better. You think clearer. You start your next day with just a little more lightness in your step. Now, I know sometimes it's not easy to stay motivated, especially when it feels like you've tried everything before. But NEAT isn't something you try. It's something you slowly build into your life, like a favorite chair that gets more comfortable over time. And there's no failing here. If you move today more than you did yesterday, that's a win. If you sit a little less, stretch a little more, that's progress. You don't need to wear a pedometer or count every step unless that sort of thing motivates you. Some folks enjoy setting a goal, maybe 5,000 steps a day, maybe more, and that's wonderful. But for many of us, what matters most is simply listening to your body and giving it more chances to move. The steps will take care of themselves. You can even turn chores into movement opportunities. Folding laundry? Stand up at the table instead of sitting. On the phone? Walk slowly while you talk. Cooking dinner? Dance a little in the kitchen or take your time moving between fridge and stove. These aren't chores anymore. They're gentle gifts to your health. One woman I spoke to started walking in circles around her living room while waiting for the microwave to finish. 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there, and suddenly she was getting over 30 minutes of movement every day without even trying. She said her knees hurt less, her digestion improved, and for the first time in years, she didn't dread stepping on the scale. Not because she lost a ton of weight overnight, but because she finally felt like she was back in charge of her body. And isn't that what we all want? Not to look like we're 30 again, but to feel like we have energy, strength, and confidence to enjoy this stage of life. We've earned that. After everything we've lived through, our bodies deserve kindness. They deserve care, and they deserve to move. You might be surprised to learn that even standing burns more calories than sitting. That's why standing while you sort the mail or read a letter makes a difference. Add a little arm movement, and it increases even more. You could be in your own home with no gym, no special gear, just your body and your time. And still, you're working toward your health goals in the most natural way possible. Let's say you decide to take one walk a day, not around the block, but simply around your house. From bedroom to bathroom to kitchen and back. Do it slowly. Do it mindfully. That's NEAT. Let's say you reach down to tie your shoes and stay there a little longer, stretching your back and legs. That's NEAT. Let's say you dust off an old hobby, like gardening or rearranging your bookshelf. That gets you up and moving in small ways. That's NEAT too. All of it counts. And what's beautiful about this approach is how forgiving it is. If you skip a day, no worries, you pick it up again the next day. There's no starting over. Just continuing. Just showing up for your body like it has shown up for you all these years. People often ask, but can these tiny movements really make a difference? And the answer is, yes, they can. Over time, they absolutely do. Not just in burning calories, but in improving blood flow, stabilizing balance, strengthening muscles, even lowering blood sugar. When you move more, everything starts working a little better. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving. Because movement isn't just about health. It's about freedom. The freedom to do your own grocery shopping, to play with your grandkids, to enjoy a walk in the park without worrying about catching your breath, to bend down and pick something up without wincing. This isn't about weight loss for appearance's sake. This is about keeping your independence, your energy, your vitality. Losing weight might be a goal, but staying strong and steady on your feet, that's the real prize. NEAT gives you that. One step, one stretch, one gesture at a time. It's a lifestyle, not a workout plan. You can live this way for years to come. You can grow into it slowly, day by day. And as you do, you might notice your clothes fitting better, your joints feeling looser, your breath flowing easier. These are signs that your body is saying, thank you. And maybe the biggest gift of all? You start feeling more like you again. The person who still has energy to chase a dream. the person who enjoys mornings again, the person who hasn't given up on what's possible. Because the truth is, it's never too late to move your life forward by simply moving your body. It's funny how something as simple as standing a little more, walking a little further, or using your arms a bit longer can quietly turn the tide on how you feel in your body. It's not loud, not flashy, but it's steady. And that's where real change lives. In those small, repeated choices that add up over time, especially when you've got decades of wisdom to guide you. Sometimes people think they need to go big to make a difference. But the truth is, the body loves consistency more than intensity. You don't need to shock your system into change. You just need to move, gently, frequently, with kindness. One woman I spoke to told me that she started doing her daily prayers standing instead of sitting. That small shift added several extra minutes of upright posture to her day. It helped with her posture, her balance, and even her mood. She said it made her feel more connected. Not just spiritually, but physically, like she was standing tall again, rooted in her own strength. Another man told me he started taking the long way around his kitchen island, literally walking a circle every time he went to refill his coffee. After a few weeks, he realized he was taking hundreds more steps a day without even noticing. His pants fit a little looser, and he wasn't getting winded as quickly on stairs. It's these small things, so small they feel almost silly at first, that sneak up and make a real difference. You don't have to feel like you're working out to know that your body is working for you. Now let's talk for a moment about how this affects more than just your weight. NEAT supports something deeper, your overall well-being. When you move more, your circulation improves. That means more oxygen reaches your brain, helping you stay sharp and focused. Your joints get more lubrication, which helps ease stiffness. Your digestive system works better, your blood sugar evens out, and your stress levels lower. It's like your body starts humming along more smoothly, like an old engine that just needed a little oil. And speaking of stress, did you know that gentle movement throughout the day helps lower cortisol? That stress hormone that can lead to belly fat and fatigue. When you stay still for too long, stress tends to build. Your body tenses. Your breathing shallows. But when you move, even in small ways, it releases that tension like a valve letting off steam. You breathe deeper. Your shoulders relax. Your mind clears. You don't have to meditate for an hour or do yoga poses if that's not your style. Just a walk around your garden. A few deep breaths while you move your arms gently overhead. A slow dance in your kitchen. These are healing moments. These are the gifts you give yourself without ever wrapping a bow. Some days motivation will be hard. That's normal. But remember this, you're not chasing perfection. You're choosing progress. And progress might look like getting up one extra time today, or choosing to stand while brushing your teeth instead of leaning against the sink. It's not about doing it all, it's about doing something. And something is always better than nothing. A little tip that helps: build your NEAT moments into routines. Attach them to habits you already have. If you love watching a certain show in the afternoon, make it a habit to get up and move during each commercial break. If you make tea or coffee in the morning, walk a few slow laps around the house while it brews. If you're on the phone with a friend, take the call standing or pacing gently around. Over time, these tiny rituals start to become second nature. They stop feeling like a chore and start feeling like part of your rhythm. And that's when the magic happens, when moving becomes something you simply do without thinking about it. You might not feel the shift overnight, but give it a week, then a month. You'll start to notice your energy holding up longer through the day. Your balance improving when you reach for something. Your clothes fitting more comfortably. Your smile coming more easily, not because your body has changed completely, but because you feel good inside it again. There's a quiet pride that comes with taking care of yourself. Not for anyone else's approval, not for compliments, not for the numbers on a scale, but because your body has carried you through a lifetime. And now, more than ever, it deserves to be supported, respected, and loved. We live in a world that often ignores people after a certain age. But let me tell you something very clearly. You matter. Your health matters. Your well-being matters. And no matter what you've been through, it is not too late to reclaim your strength. NEAT isn't about being youthful. It's about being empowered. It's about giving yourself the tools to live with ease, confidence, and joy. It's about staying in motion so that you can keep doing the things you love for as long as life allows. So if you're sitting down right now, take a deep breath. Wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders, maybe even stand up and stretch a little. That's NEAT. That's movement. That's the beginning. And if today was a tough day, that's okay too. You don't have to get it right every time. Just come back to your body. Ask it, what do you need right now? Then listen. Respond. Offer yourself that gentle nudge, that small step, because one step leads to another. And before you know it, those steps turn into strength. And strength, especially the quiet kind, is what carries us forward in life. You have more control than you think. You have more resilience than you feel. And you have a lifetime of experience that proves you know how to keep going. So let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Let's live the rest of our lives with intention, grace, and a body that we nourish, not through punishment, but through kindness and action. Sometimes, it's not about adding more to your life, it's about returning to the things that already bring you life. Movement is one of those things. It doesn't ask for much. Just that you show up, that you lean into it, that you don't let stillness steal away what your body still has to offer. And what it offers, even after 60, is a whole lot more than most people realize. Your body, even now, has the ability to change, to adapt, to grow stronger. You're not frozen in time. You're not stuck with how things are. Even the smallest acts of movement remind your body that it's still needed, still capable, still vibrant in ways that matter. We often talk about aging as a decline, but what if we saw it instead as a refinement? A chance to care for ourselves with more wisdom, more intention, to move, not just because we should, but because we can. Because we want to keep our independence, our spark, our sense of control. NEAT gives us that. Not through force or pressure, but through daily grace. So maybe it starts with standing up a little more often, reaching a little farther, taking a few extra steps, even if they're just slow circles around the living room. Maybe it's dusting a shelf you've ignored, rearranging a drawer, watering the plants with care. These acts may seem small, but they are the building blocks of strength. Strength isn't just lifting heavy weights or running marathons. Strength is choosing not to give in to stillness. It's saying, I may move slower now, but I still move. And that choice, made again and again, begins to rewrite the story of what your body is capable of. You see, NEAT isn't just about calories or pounds or measurements. It's about dignity. It's about knowing that even as the years pass, you are still in charge of how you treat your body. That you don't have to surrender to aches, to fatigue, to the idea that it's too late. Because it isn't too late. It's never too late. You still have time. You still have power. You still have today, and if you're lucky, you've got many more days after this one. And every single one of them is a chance to build something stronger, to feel more alive in your own skin, to prove, mostly to yourself, that you're still here, still trying, still choosing life. So if you've been waiting for the right moment to start taking better care of your health, let this be it. No fanfare, No dramatic plan, just a quiet promise to move more, not for vanity, not for anyone else, just for you. Get up a little more often, stretch when your body asks, walk around while you think, hum a tune while you tidy the room. Let your daily life become your movement. Let it work in your favor. And as you move, you may begin to notice something else. Confidence. The kind that doesn't come from how you look, but from what you do. The kind that says, I'm taking care of myself. I'm choosing to show up. And isn't that the heart of aging well? Choosing to show up. To participate. To engage. To keep growing, not despite your age, but because of it. That's the spirit we need more of in this world. That's the light you bring when you decide to move through your day with purpose. If no one's told you this today, let me be the one to say it. You're doing beautifully. Just by being here. Just by listening. Just by thinking, maybe I'll stand up after this video ends. That's how it starts. That's how it grows. So keep moving. Not just to stay thin. Not just to manage your weight. But to stay strong. To stay upright. To stay you. And if you ever find yourself needing a little push or a little encouragement, remember, you're not alone. There's a whole community of people just like you who are finding their way forward, one gentle movement at a time. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. What little movements do you already do during the day that help you feel better? What small changes are you inspired to try? Share your thoughts, your stories, even your struggles. You never know who might be reading, needing exactly the words you have to offer. And if this message spoke to you, if you feel a little lighter, a little more hopeful, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Strong Elderly Life. That's where we keep these important conversations going, where we remind each other that aging can be full of strength, joy, and meaning. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to reconnect with the strong, capable, resilient person you already are. So here's to you. Here's to the tiny steps that lead to big change. Here's to honoring your body, your story, and your future. And above all else, here's to moving through life with grace, purpose, and love. You've got this. We'll see you again soon.